That's a whole different feel going in at halftime. Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.
Hello. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show. My name is Ruth the Truth, and I am here to bring you some Super Bowl madness. Now, Super Bowl 55 is going to be happening in just 3 days, and I live 0.5 miles away from the stadium, so I will be bringing you all the action and everything you need to know to prepare for Super Bowl 55 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Tom Brady has made his monumental move from the New England Patriots and have joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with his fellow friend who is out of retirement, Rob Gronkowski. Hence why this show is called the Tom Gronkowski Show, the move from the Beantown to the Bay, brought to you by Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, sfbnri.com, for the fans and by the fans. I hope everybody's having a great night. Me and Coach Jay are going to be bringing you some action about the Super Bowl. Now, Super Bowl 55 is going to be played at the Raymond James Stadium, which means the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be the first team, NFL team, in NFL history to be playing the Super Bowl in their backyard. Now, the Raymond James Stadium looks unrecognizable at this moment. They have completely neutralized the stadium, so it is no longer home field advantage. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have had great success in the postseason, and they have been considered road warriors. Now, they faced the Washington football team, put them away at home. They were able to go against the New Orleans Saints, who has been a thorn in our hip for this whole entire 2020 season, losing twice to them, the second time in Week 9 against the New Orleans Saints, losing 38-3. But we came back in the postseason when it really counts, and we were able to put away Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and Drew Brees could possibly be retiring. So that might have been the last game that we saw Drew Brees play in a New Orleans Saints uniform, with 3 turnovers forced by Tampa Bay's defense. Very, very exciting things happening for the Bucs. Now, if you think that this train is slowing down just because we're going against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are the reigning Super Bowl champs of Super Bowl 54, you guys, I don't think so. And me and Jay are here to tell you why. Now, let me bring in my lovely host, Coach Jay Morgan. Whoa. There we go. We got to equalize that. But before I introduce you completely, I definitely got to give a shout out to all women in the sports industry, because today is Happy International Girls and Women in Sports Day for the 35th consecutive year, starting in 1987 in Washington, D.C. And yeah, it's that's why I'm wearing this shirt, because it definitely signifies how I feel on the inside, and the energy I try to project to everyone else is be yourself, be you, and the world will adjust. Coach Jay Morgan, how are you doing on this lovely Wednesday night?
Cold.
Oh, it's cold?
So cold.
It's not cold. It's just cold. It's Florida cold right now. Yes, we are dealing with 50s right now. I believe that we're in the 50s the last time I checked. No?
Right. I feel like 40 something.
I don't know. You're going to have to look that up, because I was outside not too long ago and it was 54 degrees. Now, I wouldn't, say it's impossible you might be right. It's 48 degrees outside right now.
40 something.
48 degrees outside. Now, us Floridians are not accommodated to this type of weather, but we're in a cold front, and it is what it is, Coach. It's cold, but at least we're not under 6 feet of snow like the New England area and the Rhode Island area and the rest of the northeastern part of the United States. So we got to count our blessings, because we still have some sunshine that is, brightening up our days from day-to-day basis. But yeah, happy International Girls and Women in Sports Day to everyone. Now, there's been so many women to look up to in the sports industry, and I hope to be one of those women that the younger generation could follow through, and we just get bigger and bigger. We're in, executive positions for teams now, and I'm just waiting for the first NFL female head coach to happen. Now, we've already have Jennifer King from the Washington football team, who is going to be the assistant coach for the running backs. We have an official Sarah. Do you remember her last name right now? The
It's like
official
most of them, Sarah.
Sarah is going to be the first female to officiate an NFL Super Bowl game. Now that's happening in Super Bowl 55 at the Raymond James Stadium. So that is also exciting. Women making noise in sports.
Don't the Bucks got a Sarah too on one of them positions, or is that the Cardinals? I think it's the Cardinals.
I don't think it's Sarah. I know it's Locust and Javarder are the assistant coaches for the strength and conditioning coaches, as well as the linebacker assistant coach. Yes.
I think. What about the Cardinals now? I think the Cardinals. There's another Sarah because I looked at it and I was like, dang, it's a lot of Sarahs in the game.
Yeah. Right. We have Sarah Fuller as well, who was the Vanderbilt kicker for this year, and she was the first female to score points in a Power 5 conference. Wow, we've just been breaking these ceilings more and more, and I'm just excited to be a part of this community. The sports media has been a more male-dominated industry, but women are having a seat at the table, and it's just exciting to see us growing and getting bigger and better. Coach Jay Morgan, how are you doing, man? I haven't talked to you all week. Are you doing good?
I'm doing all right.
You all right? Yeah.
Just cold.
I'm just letting you know that you probably have like the best hairline I've ever seen on a dude.
For real?
Yeah, you're like Jalen Rose right now with that hairline.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yo, you funny.
When I used to live up north, we used to go against Jalen Rose a lot because he was a Pacer, and I was with the Chicago Bulls.
The Bulls, man. I think Jalen Rose really just has a name for himself, not only for everything he's done in the NBA, but allowing Kobe to score 81 points on you in one game when you play for the Toronto Raptors. Now, he likes to tell everybody that it was only 18 points. It was only his fault guarding Kobe, but still, man.
You got 81
points in one game. I don't think that's ever going to be done in NBA history. I don't even think LeBron's been close to being able to make that happen. But yeah, yo, Coach Jay Morgan, oh my God, Super Bowl 55.
Oh, yeah.
3 days. It's going to be here in 3 days. I'm excited. I live 2 blocks away from the stadium, and yo, these raise the flags, that's no joke. That hashtag is not a joke. It is for real. It is all over the town. The stadium was handing out these little mini Raymond James flags for people to put on their cars. So they're everywhere, at the grocery store, at the gas station. They're really raising the flags, and you're seeing the community really come together for such a historic date in the NFL. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as I said before, are going to be the first team in NFL history to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. How do you think the team is preparing for such an historic event? Like, because they've been what I wanted to call the Road Warriors. Now, technically, it's a neutral stadium, but that is their home field. Do you consider this being a home field advantage for the Tampa Bay Bucks?
It could, but I mean, honestly, with all the people that the community and all that's coming together, I mean, yeah. But at the same time, I think the other team them gonna have some people with, because you know the Chiefs, they carry it back. Chiefs, that's what they do. So I don't think they just gonna let them outnumber them. But it's gonna be a good setting. It's gonna be a good setting that's going on, because you're gonna see a lot of people they're gonna show you some things too. They're gonna show you, is they for real or are they not? Are you for real or not? Because we need to know. Because right now, if I'm the Bucks now, I'm gonna prepare as if this is another season game. I don't want to. And we got Tom and Gronk. Y'all, show us the Patriots way, man. What did y'all do when y'all was getting ready for the Super Bowl? You know, some of us knew. We ain't never done this before. JP, he ain't new. I mean, he can add his 2 cents in too, because he got Coughlin in him a little bit. So he can add that in too. I heard him the other day. They was doing a mic'd up series, and he's on there talking about, it took me 8 years to get back here. It took me 8 years to get back here. You got to take this moment. He's right, because you don't know if you're going to be back ever again. So you got to live out this moment. With Tom and Grunt them there, I have no worries. I guarantee they probably already told him, hey, we need to do this. This is how we do it. This is how Bill showed us. I even saw an article. They said they wanted to give a lot of a lot of praise to Bill Belichick, because basically they said he made them. And I'm with it. I can't wait. I'm excited.
I'm glad you bring that up, because that is a conversation I definitely wanted to dive into, and what better time than the present. Now, There's been a lot of talk about, was Bill Belichick the real reason the New England Patriots were as successful as they were? What do you think about that, Coach? Because, I mean, we're seeing the Patriots struggle this season. I believe they only got 7 wins, maybe even less on the season. Now, I know a lot has to do with all the players that have opted out. I mean, they had 7 starters opt out. But would that have even been an issue if Tom Brady would have returned? What is your take on the New England Patriots and how people are saying that it's Tom, not Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick has a system. Tom Brady is just, he fits that system. That's how Tom became Tom. Tom, when his first Super Bowl win, he didn't go down the field and score and throw the touchdown pass. No, he got us close enough in this system, throwing the little dink pass, boom, 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 so that way we can call a kicker out here, Vinatieri. Hey, go ahead, kick that and win this game for us. He also did it again the next Super Bowl that he was in right after that one. So there's a system with Bill Belichick. The problem is with Bill Belichick and them now, they got Cam Newton. Cam Newton, they have to change their offense for him. And Cam Newton, I'm sorry, I love Cam too. I like the old Cam when we used to be Cam, Cam. But now I just don't. Cam act like he ain't got it. I don't understand. He just act like he does not have it no more. Cam, when he play quarterback now, he look like he ain't never played the position no more. Like he ain't never played it before in his life. Like, man, what are you doing? Cam tripping over his own feet. I know Bill Belichick over there like, God. But he got to keep composure. He don't want to make everybody right and be like, you missed Tom. We'll figure it out. We'll be back next week, and we'll try to clean this act up, see what we can do, work on some stuff, go over some stuff. That's just how it goes. So I really think, yes, Tom plays a major part in it, but at the same time, there's a system because Jimmy G ain't no Tom Brady, but if Jimmy G there, it keeps rolling. Every time Jimmy G came in, they keep rolling. If Tom was out or sitting down or hurt or something like that, Jimmy G, keep it rolling. He kept it rolling because he plays within that system. When you play within that system, you're fine. You know everything. There's a school in Indianapolis called Center Grove. They run wing T. That's what they do. They do it all the way from Little League all the way up to high school. So when you are been there for Little League all the way up to high school and you get to high school practice and then all of a sudden we call a play and you say, oh, I don't know that play. First thing Coach Moore does, if he's still there, is, hey, who is this kid? Has he been here before? Yeah. How long has he lived in this area? He's been here since he was a kid. Playing for our Little League too? Yeah. Go sit down. Give him somebody else. Because you should know that system. It's the same playbook.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, when it comes to the Bill Belichick conversation, I think they needed each other. Let's not even sit there and be like, Tom could have done it without Belichick. Belichick could have done it without Tom. No, they came together as one and they made things happen. Like 20 seasons, you guys, this is not like by a mistake and oopsies. They went to the Super Bowl 9 times in those 20 seasons. 48% of the Super Bowls that have happened since Tom Brady has entered the league, he has been a starter in those Super Bowls. So this is not by mistake. Bill Belichick is obviously a defensive mind, and Tom Brady brings the offense. Him and Josh McDaniels have been making magic happen on the offensive side of the ball. And when it comes to Cam Newton, it's a different system for him. He's a more of a mobile quarterback, making things happen with his legs, and that's something that Josh McDaniels maybe wasn't prepared for this season. But we shall see how things develop next season, whether or not those same players that opted out. I mean, 7 starters, 9 players, that's a big difference, especially when most of those opt-outs came out on the defensive side of the ball. So that's a tough cookie to swallow. We shall see how the New England Patriots bounce back next year. But, I mean, it is what it is. The Patriots weren't even playoff contention. They were probably one of the first teams in the division to be knocked out of playoff contention. I mean, the Miami Dolphins even had a more impressive year than Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. But what did we expect? You know, what were your expectations when it comes to like a new quarterback, a new system? I mean, when you try to fill in the shoes of Tom Brady, I mean, that's a pretty tough job. So what are you expecting out of Cam Newton next season? Do you think he's even going to come back? Do you think he's going to come back to the Patriots? Like, what is your take on the Cam Newton in New England situation?
Honestly, I don't really think he's gonna come back to the Patriots. I mean, if he does, then he must be on Belichick's good side, because I did see Bill Belichick go over there and pat him a couple of times after he just messed up and was like, "Yeah, it's all right, Cam. It's all right. It's all right." What, man? No, man. Come on now. Come on, man. Get it right. Come on. It's like Spice Games. What's the hot dog play? Come on, son. God.
My favorite meme had to be that video of when Bill Belichick was on the sidelines and he was on the phone, either talking to the offensive coordinators or somebody from the front office, whoever he was talking to. And then at the end, he like slams the phone in anger when they were like, I forgot what game it was. And then we had Tom Brady on the phone, and they kind of like added those images together that Tom was telling Belichick, like, hey, did you make it to the playoffs? Like, did you see what I just did? And then Bill Belichick, with anger, just threw the phone down. I think that was hilarious. I don't really know if that's how Bill Belichick really feels, but I mean, there's got to be some kind of animosity when it comes to the quarterback that played under your wing for 20 years and then leaves. And then the very first season that he leaves, he's able to turn a franchise around like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Bucs haven't been in the Super Bowl since 2002. They won on January 26, 2003 with my friend Martin Gramatica as the kicker, who scored 12 points out of those 48 points against the Raiders in San Diego. Now, it's been a long time coming, almost 2 decades. Now, the Buccaneers are making history by hosting Super Bowl 55 at the Raymond James Stadium. That's why we have that lovely background that has the stadium, because we got to give you guys a feel of what's to come. Now, obviously, we're not going to see the bleachers, or I'm sorry, we're not going to see the stadium this packed because of COVID. It's very unfortunate that we are not able, or that the city isn't able to have the ticket revenues that they possibly could, selling an arena, selling a stadium that holds over 66,000. You heard me right. The Raymond James Stadium seats comfortably over 66,000 fans. Now, because of COVID, it's down to, I think, 22,250, if I'm not mistaken. It's around that number. Now, that's a dramatic drop. And not only will that be a change for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but there will be no cannons fired after each touchdown or play, like major play scored.
Do that.
What is your take on the no cannon situation? Because a lot of people are a little salty about that being, neutralizing the game. What is your take on the cannons not going off for the Bucs?
You can't do that. If we start shooting cannons off, we already in our stadium. If we start shooting cannons off, somebody gonna be salty and be like, "Hey, hold up, they can't do that. This is not their home game. This is not their home game. Turn that off. Turn that off. You're not popping another one. You can't do that." It's like when you in high school. During the regular season, you have the band playing for you. Hey, in my case, it was Jay. Ask anybody that went to school with me, especially on the band, they'll tell you in high school, Jay, because I told them at school, I was like, hey, I need y'all to be, because they play it in the morning when you get to school in the morning, when it's game day. I'm like, hey, y'all, when y'all get to the night, go ahead and just be like, Jay. So they did it. Cool.
You were
yeah, I got to. Yeah, you got to. Got to put on
I
show.
like that, though. I like that.
So I tell them, I say, all right, when we get to sectionals, which is playoffs, yeah, we at home. But the band is not playing. There's no color guard. There's no band playing because it's a playoff game. You already at home. They don't want the momentum. They don't want to give you any more momentum, period. Basically. You can't do that. If you shoot off cannons, I'm on the other team. I'm looking for the edge. I'm looking for every edge I can. Hey, ref. They can't be shooting them cannons off tonight. They're not at home. I just want
Donnie says they're gonna shoot. Appreciate you, Donnie, blowing up the comments. We really appreciate you watching episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. But Donnie's saying that they should fire the cannons if the Bucs win.
Yeah.
Would you agree that would be a celebratory moment for the Bucs to be able to set off their cannons? But if they're not gonna have cannons, that means that they might be using where the ship is. They might be able to move that to have some maybe extra seating for the Super Bowl, because there's going to be a lot of spatial awareness because of COVID, so they might not even have the ship out there. I don't even know if that's a thing. I've heard of it, but who shall know? But no, I hope that the cannons are able to go off if the Tampa Bay Bucks are able to pull it when the Tampa Bay Bucks are able to pull away with the win.
Have the cannon set. This is what I would say. Have it set up. Good job, Donnie. Have it set up. When they win and it's coming down to the end and that clock running, and we already know, stick a fork in the other team because they're done. You already know what time it is. Somebody need to point to the guy over there in the back and be like, hey, hit, go ahead, hit it now. Boom, boom. Woo! Yeah. Hey, not only did we just win, we're going to rub in your face a little bit. We're going to do it with class, though, because if they say anything about the Cannons, we just going to be like, hey, what? It's our Cannons.
Oh, I can't hear you. This ring is too big in my ear. I can't hear you.
What? Huh?
What?
Somebody said something.
My Cannons just knocked out my eardrums. What?
I could have sworn you just said something. That's what I'm talking about.
Sour.
No. Stand by.
As Donnie had said in the comments, the fans will be the Cannons. Now, the prices for those Super Bowl tickets were ridiculous. Thankfully, I will be in the building. This will be my first Super Bowl. You don't understand the excitement running through my body, Coach Jay. My first Super Bowl, but this is Brady's 10th Super Bowl. 10th Super Bowl. Do you think that there is going to be a majority of Bucs fans in that stadium, or do you think it's going to be a more of a neutralized crowd just because of those ticket prices? It kind of alleviates to one, demographic of people.
Well, it ain't New England, so them people, they got it like that. All of them got it like that. So I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be neutral. But will you have a little bit more of people there for Tom Brady? Most likely, because let's just face it. I mean, whether nobody want to hear it or not, mostly everybody want to see Tom Brady win this ring.
I know. Right.
I mean, this is like Michael and them coming back trying to win another one. So you gotta see this. It's Mike Tyson getting back in the ring. Come on, we want to see if you still got it. You have won all your Super Bowls with the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick and company. Okay. Now, you should be tired of people saying that you need Bill Belichick. I know you show class and you say, hey, Bill made us. Yes, true. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be the teacher, and you let your students go on because then they later grow up and become coaches and all that because they get familiar with your system. Mm-hmm. So I understand. I get it. But let's be honest, at the end of the day, everybody want to see Tom Brady win that ring. Let's just keep it real. Mm-hmm. They want to see him win that ring. Yes, even a Chiefs fan, they probably don't want Tom. They don't want their team to lose. But I know at least somebody over there like Tom Brady and going to be like, well, that's fine, next
year. You gotta respect the guy, like you really do. This is his 10th Super Bowl. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is doing it twice in his first 3 years, but guess what? The last person to do that was Tom Brady himself. So you gotta put some respect on your name. And with him making that big transition from the New England Patriots after 20 seasons and coming to the Bucs and making this able to happen just in one season without OTAs, without preseason, without, off-season training that everyone's used to having because of the COVID season, you got to want to see this man win. This would be more of a fairy tale ending to the NFL as letting Tom Brady win his 7th ring. Coach Jay, I know that we are having a great time, but we got to take our very first break of the show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Donnie, especially, you were blowing up the comments. We appreciate you sticking it in with us, and we will be back after a commercial break. The Political Goat every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Make sure you guys are checking out that podcast as well as all the great 20 or 21. We have a new podcast joining us soon for the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island. No worries if you don't catch us live. Just travel on over to the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island website page, the sfbnri.com. Make sure to follow us and subscribe on YouTube to the Ocean Athletic Spotlight, as well as the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island. We appreciate you guys watching, whether it be on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, wherever you're at. Thank you for being here for episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Oh my gosh, Coach, 23 episodes.
The Jordan episode.
We're making it. We're making it. Look at this. All right. So, Coach, real quick, I want to know. Now, do you think it's even possible? Well, first I'll ask, there's two parts to this question. Is it possible for Patrick Mahomes, at the tempo that this man is playing at the quarterback position, to be able to catch up to Brady's 6 rings? Now, let's say Kansas City takes the win this weekend and he has 2 rings. Brady ends up with 6. Do you see Patrick Mahomes making it to the Super Bowl at least 4 more times? Not only making it to the Super Bowl 4 more times, but winning the Super Bowl 4 more times and be in that same category as Tom Brady himself?
If they keep the defense they have, and if they keep most of them offensive players, and if some of them offensive players, it's gonna come down to money. I mean, because at the end of the day, if you're winning championships, that means everybody has to be paid more, which means if I'm an owner, hey, I ain't gonna be able to pay this guy right here. So what we gonna do? Now if he does a Brady move or a Peyton move or a Manning move, and he'd be like, hey, I take less money so we can be able to keep this person and this person. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see him in 4 more Super Bowls. Do I see him winning 4 more? Nah, not unless he's gonna keep the same exact people and they just add on more firepower. That's the only way. I don't even see. No, that's like the Warriors. The Warriors was on the roll. Yeah, they was doing it. When people started leaving and they weren't able to pay everybody, you don't even see the Warriors no more.
Right. The Warriors lost like 11 players after that last championship win. I mean, we haven't seen a team dissected like that in the NBA in a really long time. So the Golden State Warriors have been on that track to kind of in that rebuilding stage. Now, luckily for them, Stephen Curry is probably only, I would say, like mid-prime. I wouldn't say that he's towards the end of the prime. I would say that he's probably like right in the middle of his prime.
Yeah.
So not a lot of years to follow, but they do have what it takes to rebuild that team. Now, when it comes to the payments of these NFL players for the following season, you got to take into consideration is a lot of these stadiums didn't even have fans the whole entire year. Do you know what kind of impact that might have had on ticket revenues? Obviously, with no sales being made, without food and drinks being sold at the stadium, that's got to be taking a blow to a lot of these franchises, which means that maybe not all these players are going to be able to get these big time contracts. What is your thoughts on how the COVID pandemic has affected what future payments could be for these contracts?
Now, I'm gonna be honest, it probably is going to affect people's pockets tremendously, because for the simple fact is, like you said, nobody was there. The only people this season that actually made money was the television companies and bars.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Those are the only people that made money this year off of the NFL. Me personally, if I'm sitting down and I'm a player and I did my thing and I won a Super Bowl, especially, everything he said to me, I'm just gonna keep saying, but I won. Well, we ain't have no fans this year, so sales went down, but I won.
Right.
I won. I don't care. I want my money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't gonna be able to give you. You gonna give me the money. If you don't want me to turn the Ice Cube up in your office, you're gonna give me my money.
Right. I can't blame them for feeling that way. Like, NFL players need to get the bag, but when you look at somebody like Tom Brady, and for him to have as long as of a career that he's been able to pull off, he's never been paid top quarterback money. He's been able to take obviously he has Giselle, his wife, who's making more money than him. So supporting the family is not troubles for the Brady bunch. But At the
Brady,
same time,
but
you got to make some sacrifices if you want to continue to win, if you want to continue to build a franchise. Now, I was talking about this on Beauty and the Cleats, which was my last podcast that I was live with Kaylee Chakosky, is that if these players win a Super Bowl and Tom Brady wants to take another round, I mean, I have a feeling that we're going to be able to come up with a deal for Antonio Brown, for Chris Godwin, for Leonard Fournette, for those players that are going to be expecting that top dollar money. But if you want to stay and continue to win, you got to make sacrifices somewhere. Now, there's other avenues for them players to make money with sponsorships, with deals, and with sponsor deals, all that kind of thing. So
endorsements,
we'll see how things will work out for the Tampa Bay Bucks, because they do have a lot of players that are signed to 1-year deals.
Yeah, my thing is, it's just like here it is with the guys that's with Tom Brady. They're excited to be in this moment right now. So yeah, if you sign me to a 1-year deal and we went to the Super Bowl, whether we win or lose, you want me to come back? Yeah, I come back. How much money you gonna give me? It better be more than what I had last time, though. Hey, it ain't gotta be that much, but it better be more. Hey, come on now. Let's do another round. That's fine. Fournette, he better not ask for no more money because I don't trust him still. He been doing this thing, but I seen that in Jacksonville, and I was there in Jacksonville while it was going on. So, hey, Fournette, you doing your thing.
Firm believer of my Fournette over here. I was very happy when Leonard Fournette was signed to the Tampa Bay Bucks, and what he's been able to do in the postseason is kind of solidified what I thought of him from the very beginning. We're seeing that LSU Tiger in him, when it really counts. But are you not on Fournette?
Hey, I will. Hey, like I said, the man's been doing this thing, but I seen it with the Jaguars at the beginning. He was doing this thing with the Jaguars. Then all of a sudden, that's it. Right. So I'm happy. Remember, I've shouted out Fournette for this whole postseason. I was like, Fournette was toting that thing. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know Jones even played that much because I kept seeing Fournette, and it was like, oh, they go Ronald. Ronald, where you been? Dang.
Ronald Jones, where you been, dog?
Hey, he was over there hiding. They had the coat on. I'm like, dang, is he playing? I didn't know that. And Shady McCoy, I don't have nothing to say to Shady right now because I don't have nothing to say to him. He's gonna come to Fournette when Fournette scores. Talking about, hey man, that looked like the shady play right there.
Yeah. Man, but like Donnie said in the comments, real quick, I got to give him a shout out for blowing up our comment stream. We really appreciate you watching. But he said that we need to pay Shaquille Barrett first. Coach, do you agree with Shaquille Barrett? Now, he had 18 sacks on the season last year. Now, this year, it's been a little bit quieter, but at the same time, he's been having a crazy impact, especially when it comes to the postseason, being able to help for those 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers against the Green Bay Packers. What is your take on Shaquille Barrett, and do you think that he is worthy for a big signing and a long extension with the Bucks?
Pay that man. They need somebody to be out there that's going to be a captain like they used to have Brooks, Daryl Brooks being. Pay that man. He's doing his thing. He's already proven himself. Pay that man. But you got to have a core somewhere. You got to start with a core. Mm-hmm. And me personally, I'm going to start with, there's 2 things that I pick when I'm looking for a team. Linemen and defense. Because if I got them boys up front on both sides of the ball, I'm gonna win. And if I got a straight great defense, a lockdown defense, oh, we're good. Fellas, don't worry. They can't score on us. That's why the Ravens is always so exceptional throughout the years. It's because they still live on that defense. Defense is gonna help you win. Shoot, that's the reason why the Bucks is here right now. I mean, yeah, Brady been doing this thing and all that, but the defense, they haven't been getting torched that much like they used to during the season.
Yep.
So they've been actually holding their own. Really, they've been making teams they've been making turnovers happen.
Forcing turnovers, yep.
They've been having us up. So then, Tom, all you gotta do is just do your normal thing and just add on. And we good. So defense, if it's me, I'm gonna give them the money. I need a core guy for my defense. I need a core guy. You are the guy.
Right. Now, when it comes to the receiving core, because Donnie put a really great comment out there that he thinks that Godwin will be gone by the end of this season because this is his last season up in for his contract when it comes for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you think Taylor Johnson has what it takes to step up in the place of Chris Godwin if Chris Godwin does make it exactly. I don't believe that he will, but if he does, is Johnson the guy that we are going to turn to for that slot receiver?
I think by the time the season start, he will have enough reps and know his role, and he will get it done, because he knows that if he don't get it done with Tom Brady and them out there and Bruce Arians run, man, you better get it. Sit down, son. He gonna tell him like, what's his name, Mike Singletary, when Buddy Ryan told him, son, go sit down, We're trying to win the game. Go sit down. And he's telling Buddy Ryan, he's like, Buddy, let me play. He said, Buddy Ryan turned around, looked at him and said, son, go sit down. We're trying to win the game. We're trying to win. We're not throwing in the white flag yet.
Right.
Go sit down. We're going to win it without you. Mm-hmm. So I think that he knows the guys that he's with, he know better. He going to get it done. Now, do I think Godwin going to leave? I'm 50-50 about it, because I see this stuff all the time.
Right. When
a guy gets a Super Bowl ring, there's two types of people. Ones that are humble and ones that are show-offs. When I feel he might stay because he with Tom Brady, yes. But I also feel, I just know that other side, if that ego, if it kicks in, like I think it might. If it kicks in, he might think, hey, man, I can go somewhere else team now. I got me a Super Bowl ring. Now it really don't matter. I can go somewhere else, help somebody else win. Because you never know with these players, they cool with each other behind the scenes. So one of his boys, if one of his boys is on another team and they tell him, hey, man, y'all should do this, or hey, man, hey, I ain't thinking about leaving, but you should come here and try to get on this one. They do that. They do that. So that's why I'm saying it's 50-50.
Absolutely.
I think if Tom there and I'm him and we won, even if we didn't win and we was here, I'm coming back. We got some unfinished business. If we win.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. And Willow on the comment actually said it too, that he thinks that Brady will convince a lot of players to stay for smaller contracts. Now, we already have Rob Gronkowski making statements that he is planning on coming back for another year with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, why wouldn't you? We're in nice, sunny Florida. You're right next to the beach. You're on your jet skis. We live where people vacation. When it comes to recovering from injuries, you have, the ability to bounce back a little bit better because you're in a warm climate area. So I see Rob Gronkowski rejoining the Tampa Bay Bucks squad next year. And Tom Brady has another season left on his contract when it comes to being the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I am expecting his return for next year as well. We got to take another quick commercial break. I know that we're giving you guys great content. We appreciate everyone that's watching, whether it be on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're at. We appreciate you being here. We're going to take a small commercial break. We'll be right back for episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Here's MMA. The MMA Complete Podcast every Thursday night with Nick. Make sure to be checking him out. I'm sorry, his name is Zach. I don't know why I said Nick. Nick is in the comments with us, and we'll be on the show tomorrow night to talk more Super Bowl. But yeah, back to episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. My name is Ruth the Truth. I am joined with Coach Jay Morgan, and we're here to bring you the Tom Gronkowski Show, the move of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski from the Beantown to the Bay. Do you think that there's any regrets for those two players to have made the transition to the Tampa Bay area?
Have you seen their video when they beat Aaron Rodgers? When they recreated? No, they ain't got no regret. They having fun.
I know there was a lot of controversy whether or not Tom Brady was going to be able to make things happen when it comes to joining a new offense. And everybody was like, oh, he can't do it without Bill. Boom. Look where he's at. Super Bowl 55, making history once again. Not only do you have 6 rings with 9 Super Bowl appearances, but now you're going to be down in history to bring your team to the first Super Bowl played in your backyard at the Raymond James Stadium. Now, it is quite a sight to see the Raymond James transition into more of a neutralized stadium now that we're not going to be having the cannons setting off, and at the same time, are we going to have more of Bucs fans in the stadium? I believe that we are. We had those 7,500 tickets donated to Central Florida hospitals for the front of the line workers. So I feel like that's going to be a big impact. A lot of Bucs fans are going to be coming from these hospitals as well. But regardless, we don't have home field advantage, but we kind of do. Now, special teams is going to be reciprocating now this a home field advantage because they already know the field. They know how the wind hits. They're already familiarized with the turf and everything else. So special teams is going to be what we need to fire. I mean, we're going to fire from all cylinders when it comes to offense, defense, but special teams, I feel like, has the best advantage of playing at their home field. What is your take on our special teams right now, Coach Jay?
I agree. 3 sides of the ball. Special teams are going to make a huge difference in this game. 3 sides of the ball. Everybody just think about offense, defense. 3 sides of the ball. Offense, defense, special teams. If I got a good punter, which we do, kick that down there and hit them right there in that 1-yard line. Make them have their backs against the wall. Pin them inside the 20 constantly. When we doing kickoff, I need cannons to be flying down the field, ready to explode on somebody. I need it. Dang, I got goosebumps just saying that.
I know, man. I can't believe this is really happening. Like, what? What? Thank you to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady for allowing us to continue bringing content to the Tom Gronkowski Show, because you have been able to extend this season as far as it possibly can go. Now, February 7th, they will be kicking off Super Bowl 55. And
we will.
The show that we do after that, regardless of the outcome, is going to be lit. So make sure to be staying tuned next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for the Tom Gronkowski Show. Where would you like to take the direction of our show right now? Do you want to jump into X's and O's?
Yeah,
Are you ready for some X's and O's?
Oh, yeah, I got my board right here.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to have Coach Jay with his X's and O's. Thanks for joining us. Titletown Throwdown every Thursday night with Nick LeBlanc. Coach, if you have some time tomorrow night, Nick would like us to join his show and talk about the Super Bowl 55, brought to you by Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. Now we're going to jump into a segment of X's and O's. I know you guys have missed Coach and his X's and O's, but we are going to be bringing that to you momentarily.
Talk to them boys that sat on them benches, man. I was in the game on 4th and inches. Coach, put me in the game on 4th and inches, and I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I see them boys all behind me winless. I ain't Mario Williams, but I'm not defenseless. Wide receiver catching Hail Marys, I'm Christian. 5 and out, hot route, get switch stick shift. Gone with the quickness, fast and instant. Cornerback safeties, I burn them like incense. On the field, I'm daddy, and the ball is my infant. I don't need so much of pork, but I'm in love with the pigskin. All I really know how to do is win. Super Bowl champ, Disney World, let the kids in. Hall of Fame Wayne, I'm putting my dibs in. Catch me in the game on 4th and inches.
The Empire.
I don't talk.
All right, so y'all already know when you hear the song, it's another episode of X's and O's. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I ain't going to keep y'all long. We just going to go over this stuff. Okay, this is the Kansas City's offense right here. This is what they mostly going to come out in. They're going to come out in the 5 wide receiver set. When I say that, that means you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and this T right here, he's probably either a tailback that was right here, then he got motioned out, or they just had another skinny there and let a wide receiver, and they just put him out there so they can have 5 wide. Now, with this 5 wide set, we've been playing a lot of man coverage. Now, do I say change it? No. In the words of Lil Wayne, if it ain't broke, don't break it. So we don't need to be messing nothing up. We just going to add on to it a little bit. Now, we're going to keep that 2-man under in there. We're going to make sure we start throwing in some twists, though. We got to get to this. We got to get to this. This offensive line that we're going against this week is real good. They don't let people touch Patrick Mahomes that much. So we got to make sure that we put them on their toes, and we got to trick them. So I'm going to need a lot of movement this week. Come on, Bose. Todd, I need you to listen to me. You've been listening to me this year, so I need you to listen to me just one more time. I need guys to be moving. Now, defensive backs, y'all are going to have a game of a lifetime. But a simple fact is, when you were going against Aaron Rodgers, he really only wanted to throw it to one guy, which was Adams, number 17. This week, this is me talking to you in the film room. This week, fellas, you ain't going to be able to just key on one guy, because Patrick Mahomes can throw it to all guys. Not to mention it, if his tight end is lined up on the line, he going to fake block, and then he can go out and catch a pass as well. But hear me out. It's okay. We can get to him. All we got to do is make sure that everybody knows their man. I tell people this every time I'm coaching. Who is your man? I don't care. Point at him. Point at him if you have to. Point at him. Just make sure everybody's manned up. We're going to go to 2-man under as well. We're going to start throwing a little bit of movement around. So I'm going to see this guy, safety, going to start creeping a little bit, just a little bit. We don't want to get burned and get caught. He started creeping. Backers and them started moving. They're moving. They don't have any idea where we're coming from. This guy could go here. All of a sudden, you send a backer right there. This guy, he going to slant in. We send this backer right there. We got to get to this quarterback. And me personally, when I know a quarterback weakness, when I know that you are a little, how can I put this? You're not fully yourself. You're a little hurt. I'm going to exploit it. So defense, all y'all got to do is fly around, communicate, and hit. You will win the game up front. Starts with you. You got to get to that quarterback. This quarterback, he must be hit. You got to get rid of him. And Dominic, I'm going to need you to turn to the Detroit Lions, Dominic. Okay? You got to get to this guy. Y'all, this guy, he is dangerous. Where Aaron Rodgers is dangerous, but this guy is dangerous. And he's younger. He'll get it going. He got some wheels on him. Slow him down, hit him, and keep hitting him so the air can come out of his body, and we'll be fine. Offense, just keep doing y'all thing and controlling the game, all right? You're going to have opportunities. You are. Just keep going. But defense, this week, we're not going to be scared of Hill. We're not going to be scared of them. We're not going to be scared of them. Don't be going home having nightmares. I need you to have good dreams that you are going to be putting him on his back. We got to shut this guy up. This guy talks too much for me. Shut him up and hit him. And that's all I got. Let's go win this Super Bowl, fellas. Back to you, Ruth.
Let's go! Let's go! Y'all saw the game plan. Coach Jay broke it down for us. This is what we need to see out of our Tampa Bay Bucks. Defense is going to be able to win us this game. We got to force these turnovers. We need to have Devin White all over the field. We need to have Jordan Whitehead back from injury. We're going into this game looking healthy, and that is what we want. That's what we need for us to be able to go against an entity team like that. Now, I just read something on ESPN. I'm not sure how true this is, but it looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are in trouble. Let me read this to you real quick. The Chiefs had 20 people, including quarterback Patrick Mahomes, other players and staff members in line for a haircut Sunday with a barber who tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh, dang. That's bad. I hope y'all all right.
Backup center Daniel Kilgore was in the chair when the Chiefs pulled the barber once the COVID test results came in, according to Adam Schefter from ESPN. Now, they all were obviously wearing masks, so fingers crossed that this is not going to be a huge issue when it comes to the COVID virus. Now, obviously, we got to take this seriously, so I'm hoping the team are doing, precautions to help avoid the spread. Now, Coach, if they were to lose a star player, I'm not even going to name one, but just say they were to lose a star player and it pretty much solitude the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl, would there be an asterisk next to this Super Bowl 55 if the Tampa Bay Bucks were to win it all?
I got 53 men on the roster, right? All right, then
right.
Next person step up. Y'all all professionals.
Next man up.
You ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on you. I mean, I hope y'all all right. But still, me being on the other side, hey, that's on you. That's on you.
So the Chiefs on Monday placed Kilgore, the center, and a wide receiver, Demarcus Robinson, on the COVID reserve list earlier this week because they were considered close contact to somebody who tested positive. Not looking good. This is something that I did not want to be an issue this late in the season. I feel like the NFL has done an exceptional job containing the virus as much as they possibly could without it being a bubble scenario. Obviously, the bubble was a little bit too out of reach when it came to the amount of people that play for an organization when it comes to staff members, players, conditioning coaches, all the above. Wow. That was, I don't know, that's kind of boggled my brain for a second. I mean, a barber testing positive, having 20 players on your team go to the same barber. I don't know. It's a little sketchy for me, but
I hope not.
Hoping that everything works out well for the Kansas City Chiefs because regardless of not having COVID problems or having COVID problems, the Buccaneers are likely to win this game. Now, I know the Vegas odds are saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be able to walk away with back-to-back Super Bowls, but we've been underdogs throughout this whole season. We've had people say that Brady can't make this happen. When we were 7-5 after losing 3 out of 4 games before going into the bye week, there was no high expectations for the Tampa Bay Bucks to be going this far after a wild card playoff game against the Washington football team. But we were able to, overcome the Saints at Mercedes Dome. We were able to overcome and power through against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field in the frozen tundra. We were going to make it happen. The stars aligned perfectly for Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski to be reunited in the Bucs Stadium, and I don't think it's just by accident we made it this far. Do you have any final thoughts, Coach Jay, before we wrap up episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show?
I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, we've been pissing a lot of people off this season. I'm just going to say it. We've been pissing a lot of people off. They mad. They mad. Oh, they're not going to do it. Oh, you don't want them to do it. Just come on. Let's be honest. Come on.
Yes. If you guys look up on YouTube, I believe it is episode 12 of Set the Sales podcast that I was on for Bucks Media earlier this year before the season even started. I made the prediction that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to the Super Bowl after winning, having a regular season of 12-4. I was off by 1 game, but we should have won against Chicago. So I feel like we really were 12-4. But I said that they were going to be facing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That was my too early prediction, and everyone laughed at me, said it was a joke, said I didn't know what I was talking about, being a girl, blah, blah, blah. Guess who's right?
Killing me with that.
Me.
They killing me with that, man. I'm tired of people running their mouths.
So much doubt.
Girls, let me tell everybody this now. Girls know sports. They know sport, man. If you talk to any one of my cousins that's girls, they gonna be. That's how they decide on if they want to be with a guy. Because if a guy starts talking about football and all that, they already know everything about it, so they can tell pretty much if you know what you're talking about or not. And they tell them all the same thing. Guy be like, "Oh dang, how do you know all about that?" Oh, my cousin Jay. Oh, we go over this. We've been going over this since we were little. He taught all of us how to play football. Man, my sister and my cousin Mariah, they were tight ends for me, and it worked. They are 2 tight ends. My cousin Simone, little skinny little thing. That's okay. You're going to play tailback for me. I take kids on my team. That's all right. They don't believe in you. They're going to leave you wide open. all the times while we was in Indiana, you see people in the end zone wide open by themselves because they don't think that kid or that girl can do it. Girls can play sports, ladies.
Yeah, we can.
Gentlemen, they can do it. They know what they're talking about. If they didn't, they wouldn't be in the positions that they're in. Period. And if they was in the positions that they're in, you would pretty much be able to tell if they're for real or not. So come on, let's chill out. Come on, man. Let's get that going.
Read the shirt. Be you. They'll just. Happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day, celebrating the 35th consecutive year of women being celebrated in the sports industry, which is a male-dominated industry.
That's
but
okay.
It seems like the playing field is leveling out, especially when it comes to sports media. Now, we may not be able to play professional sports, but we can definitely follow it and bring you content. So, yes, thank you, Coach Jay, for that very well-said speech. And thank you for always believing.
They can play. You know how good, fellas, oh, my God, especially fellas, y'all be saying this stuff. Do you know how great it is to go sit somewhere, or even if you at home and you talking with a female and she can talk sports with you? Come on now. Come on. She talking sports with you, so you ain't even
intimidate guy. I intimidate people sometimes, though, when I'm able to be so fluent when it comes to whatever you want to talk about, whether it be MLB, NHL, know, NFL, MLS, NBA especially. Like, don't even get me started on NBA. Like, I have a basketball hanging around my neck for a reason. So
yeah, those are the kind of people that when they become coaches, they don't like guys like me. Because then when you start trying to talk that stuff with me and then I start breaking it down for you, then you get mad. I like when a female can talk sports with me. I was at a bar one time when I was in Jacksonville. Female that I was chilling with, she out of nowhere was like, "Hey, show me your offense." What? Did you just say that? Show you? I ain't got no pen. I ain't got no paper. I ain't got no pencil. She pulled out quarters, dimes, and nickels.
Wow.
She's like, huh? So this is your X, this is your Z, and this is your H and your Y, right? Based on the strength, right? I'm like, yeah. She's a big time Iowa Hawkeyes fan. So she wanted to know, why do Iowa always run in a pile? So I was like, well, they run old school stuff. They run ISO. So she's like, what's ISO? So I drew it up for her, showed her. I'm watching the Super Bowl with her. She taps me like, look, I see the hole. I know where they supposed to go. See? Boom. And come on now. I love talking sports. If I meet a female that's going to talk sports with me, marry me.
Marry me.
Come on. Where have you been my whole life? You know, come on now. Let's get it going. And speaking of let's go, everybody need to check out that Tampa Bay song that just came out with Lil Jon featuring Orlando off of Orlando and the Freak Show called Let's Go. If you a Tampa Bay Buck, let me know. You ain't heard it? I heard it when it first came on the radio. It's out right now.
Yeah, look it up. I'm definitely going to YouTube that when we get out of here. But Coach Jay, let's go ahead and wrap up episode 23. I got to go to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. It's a big weekend coming. Ruth the Truth is going to be at her very first Super Bowl. Hopefully many more to come. I am so excited. Coach Jay, I'll be sending you videos and pictures. No worries. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up tonight?
We here. We've been talking about it the entire time. Now it's time not to be talking no more. It's time to get the job done. So I just want to take time to say a little prayer that they should say inside of the locker room. This is what one of my coaches used to say. Lord, have mercy on their souls because we surely won't. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us for episode 23 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. I am Ruth the Truth, and this is Coach Jay Morgan. We are signing out for episode 23. Thank you for everyone blowing up the comments tonight. We really appreciate you sharing our content. Make sure to be checking us out on all social media platforms. You can go to the Sports Fan Base Network Rhode Island Facebook page, Twitter page, all that. Ocean Athletic Spotlight is where we host our Facebook page as well. And yeah, just follow us on wherever you can. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and we appreciate you being here. Make sure to follow us on Twitter as well. Ruth the Truth with 4 H's at the end. Coach Jay, what is your Twitter account?
I don't even know that Twitter account. I think it's like Coach J Morgan 55. Hold up, I can look real quick. I don't be on Twitter like that. Now, on
Twitter is a great networking tool, so you need to get on that. You need to.
I got it.
Be active on it.
I got it just because of that. Because of that, and I got LinkedIn as well. And that's
awesome. Did you find the Twitter? What's your Twitter?
Yeah. All right. My Twitter is gonna be under Coach J Morgan. That's gonna be just like y'all see it on the screen right there. Only put a
Coach
yeah,
J Morgan.
just like you see it. Yeah, just like you see it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us and have a great
At Coach J Morgan 1. My bad.
at Coach J Morgan 1. Sounds great. Follow me on Twitter and social media. Sports Truth with Babe Ruth on Instagram. You guys have a great night. And thank you for joining us for episode 23. Over and out.
Touchdown. That's a whole different feel going in at halftime. Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.